storytelling. Bill, we've talked about the two dimensions so far of culture. Let's move on to time cultures. I think you've brought us a slide here that has some images on it, and you can walk us through what it is that we're looking at.
Sure. There's the third dimension is time cultures. I don't know if you know it, but there's 3 time cultures. Most people don't realize there's 3 time cultures in the world, and that's from this particular. For instance, here's the North American time culture. Just go back to that slide for a moment, where people stick by an agenda. They stick by, okay, I'll give you 15 minutes of your time, and if you walk into a meeting late, you get a dirty look, if you will, because don't you dare be late. Whereas in the other cultures, such as a flexible culture, which you find in South America, the Caribbean countries, and some parts of Asia, being late for a meeting is not a big deal at all.
Well, and this translates into a real estate very easily, in that I just did a deal not long ago where had an offer on the table, and my buyer was a Canadian and the seller was an Indian.
Okay.
And living in Canada, and they just the way the two of them cared about time. The Canadian wanted to get it done, and there was deadlines and respect them, and the Indian seller couldn't care less. It's, we'll get it done. I'm busy right now with family, and I'll get it done. And so it was just very interesting to see how they both approached the time.
Yeah, and you see, Canadians culturally are programmed to get things done, get things done, get things done. That's how we were culture brought up. Whereas in these other cultures, such as India, hey, take it easy. It'll all happen. Take your time. Why are there's a big rush? Mm-hmm. Because not only are they thinking about doing business with you, they're thinking about developing a relationship with you. Because frankly, in those cultures, until there's a relationship, they're not probably going to do any business with you. And developing a relationship, and then you tie that into the fact that these people are very slow trust cultures, most of the world. It takes time to get to know somebody and trust them.
Well, we've got a slide that actually shows just that. We've got a graph there about long-term orientation.
Absolutely. This graph is really interesting because Pakistan actually has the shortest time frame in the world.
So what does that mean? That they want to get things done quickly?
They think about virtually getting it now. Whereas in China, time is a very long term. For instance, the average strategic plan in China is between 50 and 75 years long.
Well, now it looks as Canada number 2, kind of looks like Canada's the country that never sleeps if we're trying to get things done so quickly.
Pretty much. You think about it, absolutely.
Very interesting. And a lot of those Asian cultures and Middle Eastern cultures fit in right there at the end. So very interesting to know that the way we handle time and deadlines is very different than the way.
And if you show as a Canadian any impatience, they will tend to interpret that you're pressure selling them, and that's where you lose them.
Interesting.